In my previous segment, I reviewed my pick for Offensive Rookie of the Year, and now it's time to flip it over to the other side of the football. The Defensive Rookie of the Year pick by your host, James Krasniak, for the podcast The Real Stuff Sports, live on Spreaker Web Radio. Thank you for joining me tonight. I've had or I should say this morning now, because it's just after midnight. I've had a few very, very good shows tonight. One of them turned out a couple of them actually turned out to be a complete stinker, but the rest of them actually turned out to be pretty damn good. Those were when I talked about the Offensive Player of the Year and the MVP, so you can kind of guess how that went, considering it's about as lopsided as it's ever been. But anyways, previous ones about the Defensive Player and Offensive Rookie of the Year are pretty compelling, and now for the Defensive Rookie of the Year. The list really has four guys that I think have a really good shot at winning. You've got Bills linebacker Kiko Alonso, Jets defensive tackle Sheldon Richardson, Panthers defensive tackle Star Lotulelei, and New Orleans Saints safety Kenny Vaccaro. Now, I think Kenny Vaccaro's got a great chance because he really helped rejuvenate that defense. The Saints defense last year, 2012, was the worst defense by far in the history of the NFL. More teams have given up points, but in terms of yards given up, no team allowed more offenses to go down the field and shoot them up throughout the course of a game, or throughout the course of a season than this unit did. Just terrible. Defensive tackle Star Lotulelei for the Carolina Panthers, big impact player plugging up the middle on the best defensive line of the 2013 season. Seattle may have the best secondary and one of the best 4-3 linebacking cores, but no defensive line had as good of a season as Carolina's did. Two guys with double-digit sacks says enough. You got Sheldon Richardson for the Jets, who was just an absolute beast all year. And then you got Kiko Alonso, who quietly for the Bills had one of the greatest seasons a rookie linebacker ever had. It's really close when you break it down because all four of these guys have numbers. But let's just get down and break down their numbers and see what they actually accomplished this year. Sheldon Richardson, first-round pick out of Missouri, 3.5 sacks, combined 77 tackles, and 1 forced fumble. It was just a plug in the middle. Nobody was running on him, and he had a lot of tackles for loss. Then you've got Star Lotulelei, first-round pick out of Utah. 3 sacks, 48 combined tackles. Again, just a plug in the middle, just shutting guys down. You weren't able to run the football in Carolina. 3 sacks didn't exactly hurt his cause either. Then you've got Kenny Vaccaro out of Texas. It's kind of funny because these 3 guys were drafted within 3 picks of each other. Kiko Alonso was a second-round pick. Kenny Vaccaro, 14 sacks. He played 5 different positions. Nickelback, he was a defensive back, actually making it 4. Nickelback, free safety, strong safety. He was just everywhere. 77 combined tackles, an interception, a forced fumble, 7 pass deflections, and a sack. So he was pretty much an asset to all 3 phases of the game. Run defense, and pass rush. He was just that good at, making the offenses, hang on a second, let me try to formulate this sentence. He was very good at helping his defense improve from what they were the previous year. Because the 2012 New Orleans Saints, said before, I'll say it again, worst defense in NFL history. And then you've got Kiko Alonso. Guy not many people knew about, second-round pick inside linebacker out of Oregon. 2 sacks, 4 interceptions, and a forced fumble. 2 fumble recoveries is impressive. But his statistics are the reason why I'm picking him for Rookie of the Year. Because I made the argument in my Defensive Player of the Year category why Robert Quinn should win it. Because, yeah, he had numbers, but his team didn't win. And why a guy like a Sherman or a Mathis with wins and numbers should win. There's a difference with this guy. Because there's not really any rookie that came in and his defense automatically jumped just because of him. Kenny Vaccaro a little bit, but he was hurt for the last part of the season. Star Lotulelei was a good player, but compared to Greg Hardy and Luke Kuechly and Captain Munnerlyn, didn't play as big a part in the Carolina defense and in their grand scheme of things. Sheldon Richardson, again, the Jets missed the playoffs, and his numbers weren't as great, but his more or less physical impact was. Kiko Alonso is the best chance because of the numbers he's got. He's got 159 combined tackles this year. Third in the entire league. He can guard receivers and tight ends. He played over almost 1,200 snaps this year on the football field. That's incredible. For a rookie linebacker to come in and play 1,200 snaps. For those of you that aren't doing the math, unlike me who are, you have 1,200 snaps, 16 games, he's in the field 75 plays a game. Done deal. He is the defensive rookie of the year. I watched a couple games he was in against, the one against the Steelers. I watched the one where he even played against the Saints. He was tough. He really was tough. He covers well. He's just everywhere. And the guy's more than deserving of the award. Okay, that does it for this segment. I will be back in a few minutes to sound off on my comeback player of the year, and for my final segment after that, who deserves to truly be the 2013 NFL Coach of the Year? Wait and see, everybody.